Here's 10 iPhone life hacks you didn't know about. So first of all, you gotta grab your iPhone. If it's run out of charge, you probably need a battery, and then you put it together, and then that's how your iPhone is ready for charge. Just kidding. But these tips a lot of people genuinely don't know about, and they'll change the way that you use your iPhone. Tip number 1. First of all, if you've actually copied something, you can paste it by spreading out your free fingers, like this. So that's a cool way to paste stuff. But this next trick is something that I find heaps of people don't know about their iPhones. It turns out that you can actually move the cursor around by holding down space with your thumb and then literally dragging it around like this. And so if you wanted to ever get to the middle of a word, you can actually do that now. But here's another trick. It turns out that if you actually hold down space with one finger, you can use your other finger, press it down, and that lets you highlight different areas with the cursor as well. See? Holy that's amazing. I thought you just watched anime all day, but it turns out you actually know something. No. Did you know that if you scrolled 2 down for a document or something like that, you can actually press the top of your iPhone, where the bar is, to actually scroll up all the way to the top of it. And the cool thing is that this actually works for any app. Tip number 4. You know how with your iPhone, when you're sharing photos and stuff with people, sometimes it comes up as a .heic file, really weird file format that's only specific to Apple users. Well, you can actually make that a JPEG or an MP4. All you need to do is just go to settings, go to search, type in compact to look for the formats of the camera, and then when you click the camera bit, you can actually change it to most compatible. Hardly anyone knows this feature, but that means that you can share images and movies in a way that anyone can use. Tip number 5.
Oh man, I just don't understand this new confangled contraption.
Oh, undo typing.
Turns out I can shake to undo all my problems, except my life.
Tip number 6. You know how sometimes with websites it asks you for a 2-factor authentication code? You know, you try to log into Google and then they'll send you a text being like, hey, I want to make sure you're not a robot, put this number 717296 or whatever inside. On an iPhone, you can actually autofill that so it automatically fills out the form. Go to settings, then go to the Apple ID at the top there, then go to password and security, and you can see this 2-factor authentication. It means that you'll get the text number to your phone, and then you can automatically just tap this button to autofill it instead of having to type it in. And if you have a MacBook, it even autofills on your Mac, which is really cool. Tip number 7. So let's say that I need to take some text. So for example, I can find some text like this, and you can actually take a photo of it and save it to your notes. So take a photo, find calm in the city. And when you get home, open the photo in the Photos app, then hold and select the text like this. You can then copy it and then paste it anywhere you like. This is in all caps, so find calm in the city. Tip number 8. Most people know that you can screenshot on an iPhone, but did you know that you can actually screenshot an entire web page at once? The way that you do it is you actually do the normal screenshot. If you just tap the actual photo itself, you can see that there's a full page button there as well. And so if you tap that, it's going to save the entire page to your phone, and you can save it as a PDF to your files. Tip number 9. Sometimes you might have a book or some scattered pages that you want to scan, so you can actually scan these into your notes as a PDF file. We're going to go back to our Find Calm in the City note, tap this camera and then scan documents. When you position the camera correctly, it will take that page and then save it to your note as the PDF. Tap save and voila, it's there. You can even go to this PDF file and highlight the text to copy and paste it, click and drag. You can even search the text in the search bar of the notes, just like you would any other text. See, I found it. Tip number 10. You can actually switch to dark mode really easily. So if you actually go to the top right and then you swipe down, then you've got all access to a lot of things. In particular though, for dark mode, what you do is you actually long press the brightness part, and then you can actually access dark mode by tapping this. But if you tap it to turn it off, then your phone is in light mode. Oops. By the way, if productivity and life hacks are your kind of thing, then check out the courses that I made on Skillshare. I made one talking about life hacks for memorizing stuff, and I made another one talking about how you can use Notion for note-taking. If Skillshare is too expensive, you can get it on my own website, which is cheaper. I've got more tricks up my sleeve, but if you wanted to watch more, here's another video. And my camera battery just died, so subscribe if you want to be a fellow nerd with me, and I'll see you in the next video.